Hello, good afternoon everybody, and welcome to today's live post where we'll be doing a prawn masala. And today we're going to be on Facebook and Instagram, and I'll be showing you how the system works in terms of loading the ingredients, preparing the utensils and starting the cooking operation. So welcome everybody, and please do send in anything on the live chat. If you've got any questions or any queries, please do send them through and I'll try and answer them here on the spot. Otherwise, if there's a particular question, technical question, or something that not related to this particular live stream, then we can get back to you with the relevant department with your inquiry. So you can contact us via the Contact Us page on the website and send in your query, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. So today we're doing prawn masala, a very famous Asian dish, very popular in that area and also here in the UK. And it's one of our latest additions to the recipe library, and it's only recently been added, and it's a very, very tasty dish, very healthy dish, and using the fresh ingredients, it's a really nice recipe. So let's go straight into the interface via the tablet, and I'll show you how we prep the ingredients for the cooking. So here you'll see the interface where we have a list of recipes from around the world, lots of different cuisines from Chinese, Asian, Italian, Indian, Spanish, Korean. There's a wide variety of recipes. We've got about between 50 to 60 recipes at the moment, and we upload roughly about 3 to 4 new recipes every month. So it's always increasing. The library is always increasing with new recipes. And not just recipes, these are recipes from actual chefs. So these are high quality, professional, chef quality recipes. So today is prawn masala. So let's go straight into the recipe. Here you can see there's a filtering on the right hand side of the interface where you can actually filter your menu according to the type of cuisine you want, any particular dietary requirements. You can filter the menu down to dietary requirements and any other specific areas that you want to filter. So we've got a nice way of filtering your menus down. So let's go into the prawn masala. Here we have the prawn masala, and here you can see the list of ingredients that are required. Also tells you what equipment will be used to cook this particular recipe, and also the nutritional facts as well, which is very important. And we provide this with all the recipes, so you can see the kind of carbohydrate, fat, fiber, protein, and sodium, which is your salt intake, quite clearly. So you have a good eye for the kind of recipes and good bit of information. You can also get ingredients. Now we do have a get ingredient service where you can send a reminder to yourself, so you can actually go and select these ingredients fresh yourself. Alternatively, we will be providing a ingredient delivery service where you can actually send the information to a local delivery company, and they'll be delivering these ingredients fresh to your door. But we do recommend actually you going to select the ingredients, because you know that you're going to get the freshest of the fresh in terms of sell by date and so on. So that's a very good feature that we have. Also, we have integrated scale system. Now I'll show you how the integrated scale system works in one of the actual ingredients, and that's also another very good way of precisely measuring all the ingredients according to the chef or the professional person who's loaded this particular recipe, to make sure that the taste is always consistent. That's very important. So let's go straight into the robotic cook. So here we've got the prawn masala, here we've got the ingredients. Now I've prepped some of the ingredients prior. It only took me about 5–10 minutes to prep some of these, the whole recipe, but I've prepped some of this just to save a bit of time. So first of all, we're going to go into the first item, which is the brown onions, the garlic, and the ghee. So it gives you a selection of containers that you can use along the top or the bottom. So let's load it into the first container on the bottom shelf on the right hand side. So that's my brown onions, my garlic, and my ghee. So let's load it straight on. And then what you simply do is confirm that that's been done. Also, you've got videos and explanations of how these ingredients should be prepped as they should. And this gives you a very good way of making sure the ingredients are ready for the recipe. So let's confirm that. And then the second is the water, the sea salt, the chili paste, ground cumin and ground coriander. And I'll put that on top on the right hand side, far right. Confirm. Next will be my vine tomatoes, and that will be the second one from the right. Confirm. And I won't do my prawns yet. I'll show you how the integrated scale system works. So let's skip to the tomato ketchup and the white wine vinegar. We'll put it at number 3 location in the middle along the top. And then we've got some coriander, and that's on the top, second from the left. And that's confirmed. So that's all my ingredients. My olive oil is just from a normal oil dispenser, and the oil is already in there, and the robotic grippers will take the oil and pour that at the start of the recipe. So let's confirm that that is ready. Confirm. Now the prawns, I'm going to show you how the integrated scale system works. So these are the integrated scales here. Now they're directly linked to the interface, so it gives you an accurate reading of the particular ingredient. So let's select the prawns, let's select the container, and let's turn on the scales. So you'll see on your screen there that the scale icon at the bottom is now activated. I will put my empty container on the scales, put that down to 0, and slowly add in my prawns to make sure I get to 500 grams. So here we go. 3, 4, so 470. So it's slightly lower, but it's okay. It's as close as, and this will be perfect for this recipe. So let's confirm that's been done. And there we go. So those are my ingredients all prepped, all on the shelf, ready to go. Next stage is just the actual equipment. So it shows here a medium pot, gives me an option of left or right. It's already positioned in the left, so it's all ready to go. So I'll confirm that's been done. And then also my spatula, which is already on the hook. Now the diagram on the interface is very important. It actually makes you 100% sure which way the utensil should be facing, because that's very important during the manipulation and all the movements, that all the utensils are facing the right way. So the diagram is very clear and concise. So that's confirmed, and we can start cooking. So you'll hear the voice notification in the background, and that tells you throughout the whole cooking process what stage it's about to perform, and it gives you a clear indication.
Turn hob on.
There we go, turn hob on. Now the robotic system will turn the hob on. It will activate select the temperature. Also the downdraft extractor will be activated. Now this is a Moley downdraft extractor, and that's going to be recirculated through a filter and coming out as fresh air.
Set hob to 6.
So, as I said before, we're on Instagram and YouTube today. So please do send in any questions, and I'll be happy to answer them during the live chat. So already on Instagram, got a few little messages. Mr. Bikator Roxy's, what this? As I've just explained, I'm sure you just saw everything. This is a robotic system that cooks fresh meals using fresh ingredients exactly the same way as a chef would cook a meal, and the robotic system cooks it in exactly the same way. Tumik Art Future is served here. Thank you very much. Tumik Art, very professional, impressed. Thank you very much, Tumik. So the actual robotic arm itself is already tested for 35,000 hours at industrial level. So in terms of residential use, that's almost like 10 years of use without any issues really, to be honest. It's really tested to a very high level for 35,000 hours. So it's a very robust system. The actual containers and utensils, everything here, and even the pot itself, everything is dishwashable. So once the recipe is finished, everything can simply go in the dishwasher for cleaning. The actual arm itself just needs a wipe down with a fiber cloth, for example. There's not much maintenance required on the robotic system, but just a general wipe of the area is all that's required. So here we've got the ghee and the onions and the garlic going in. That's going to start sizzling away nicely.
Take spatula. Stir one.
So the interface and the voice notification is quite useful. You can have it on your phone beside you if you're working from home, for example. But it's a good way of keeping an eye on what's happening in the kitchen. It could be in another part of the house or in another part of the kitchen if it's an open plan environment. It could be in the living area or the dining area. At least this way you can keep an eye and hear what's going on in the kitchen. Just going to check if there's any more further questions for now. So I mentioned earlier these recipes, these are some from very well-known chefs. We have lots of recipes. We have smoked haddock and chowder from Andrew Clark, Tim Anderson, also with this kimchi and smoked sausage spaghetti, and also Chu Diem Pham from Vietnam. And we have a very popular dish, which is the stir-fried tamarind and chicken. Also, Uncle Roger, who's been into our showroom here in London, we have his recipe. He's a very famous Korean chef. We've got his famous egg fried rice also as part of our recipe library. On top of that, we've also got Andreas Caminada, which is his Swiss macaroni and mince, a very famous Swiss chef. So the quality of the recipes are very, very high, and the end results are more or less exactly the same.
Stir three.
Message in from Dude Namid Earl. Wow, this is really cool. Thank you. Once again, if you've got any questions, if you'd like to know anything about the system, please do send it through. I'll be happy to answer them during the live chat. So we have a lot of recipes. We have also a lot of recipes from the Shah wellness cuisine. Now, this is a very healthy range of recipes that are very high in nutrients, very low in calories. So it's particularly good if you've got any dietary requirements. So if you're suffering from, say, diabetes and you've got to have a specific type of diet, or if you're under some sort of weight management program, or in anything in general health program, it's a very good range of recipes from the Shah Wellness Cuisine. Now, some of the information that we've gathered from, especially the Global Food Research Program, and in particular the one in the University of North Carolina, they've proven that the healthy diets can reduce significantly a lot of the health risks. For example, we can reduce cancer by about 6%, it can reduce diabetes by about 40%, and also kidney diseases by about 61%. On top of that, obesity level and being overweight, that risk can be reduced by about 11%, the cerebrovascular diseases by 13%, and also things like depression and hypertension and just general causes of mortality, that can be reduced by about 15%. So to conclude, basically you're adding longevity to your lifespan by about 10, 11 years just by cooking more regularly like this in your own home. Also on our interface, you've got a percentage. It shows you how far down the recipe you've gone. So far we're at 30%, and the next few actions here are going to be stirring. So it's going to stir the onions around, making sure that everything's stirred and cooked exactly the way it should be and exactly the way the chef cooks as well. Also, on top of the studies from places like North Carolina, there's also studies from places like the study of the University of Toronto, for example. They provide cooking like this more regularly, provides 30% more protein, 50% more fiber, but also reduces the salt intake, so 67% less sodium intake as well, and also saturated fat, a 50% less intake of saturated fat. Compared to restaurant or delivery options. So it's a massive, massive difference on your health by cooking like this. A lot of the meals that you get from restaurants and takeaway delivery and takeaway places, there's a very high level, high content of saturated fat and salt and even sugar as well. So this eliminates most of those areas and gives you a nice, healthy meal.
Spice paste.
So this is the spicy mix and the masala going in. This is the actual core of the dish itself, the masala taste. Okay, let's see if there's further questions. So we've got a question in from Judin Ahmed Earl. Could this work for a food hall? Yes, it can. Of course it can. But that's more of a commercial inquiry. So what I would recommend is send some details through via the website on the Contact Us page, and somebody from the relevant team will get back to you and discuss your requirements in more detail. So fill in as much of your details as possible, your name, address, any workflow information, any videos, any information you have, and with your email address and telephone number, and we will get back to you. Our team will get back to you on that. So we have a few more stirs to go before the rest of the ingredients start going in, and that'll be the next stage, another stir on this particular, at this particular stage.
Stir 2.
So the servings on the majority of our recipes, you can actually select the amount of servings on each one, but the average recipe servings for most of the recipes that we have is about 3 to 4 people per recipe. Also, a system like this can free up time, so time is valuable nowadays, and it's definitely a time-saving system. You can on average, free up about 45 minutes to an hour per meal, which makes over an annual period about 93 days saved of having to stand over the hob and cook all these meals. You're using a system like this can actually save you a lot of time. Not only time, but also you've got financial benefits as well. On average, say for example, in this country, a family of 4 can easily spend up to about £43,000 a year on takeaway meals and ready meals and delivery service meals. But cooking like this can drastically reduce the cost. In one particular example is spaghetti bolognese. A good spaghetti bolognese in this country can cost about 15 to 14 pounds per serving. But the same amount of ingredients, exactly the same ingredients, actually can only cost you 5 to 6 pounds. And this can be used and this system will cook exactly the same. Now the spaghetti and other Italian and pasta-based dishes, the pots can actually cook the pasta in parallel on one side and the actual spaghetti or the penne or the tagliatelle on the second pan, and then mix the two together. So it can actually make both in parallel. The system itself is a plug-in system, so it only requires 220 volts plug-in power. To give you an idea of the actual energy it uses, a typical hour of operation only uses approximately 120 watts of energy. And this is same as like a fridge or a normal kitchen appliance that you'll have.
Stir.
See if there's any further questions. Okay, so another questioning from Victor Ruxis. Literally shared this with my account with your link. Hopefully that helps me. Thank you very much. Victor Ruxis also says that he has, I have 1 million followers too on all platforms except my private Instagram. Does it have a set timer for each item it's crafting for? It doesn't have a set timer as such, but has a set period of time for each particular recipe. So it will tell you exactly when it's finished. So it will give you a notification. So there is a notification of when the recipe is finished, and you'll get that on your interface or your tablet or even on your phone as well.
Set hob to 7.
But all the timings, all the manipulations and all the different parameters are basically exactly the same as a chef. So time-wise, it will be exactly how long the chef would have been cooking this particular meal as well.
Stir.
So I've got a couple of questions now in from YouTube. C State, how much? Hi, how you doing? So the cost of the system can vary depending on the architecture and the design that you have, but it varies between 70 to 100,000 pounds, and but it really depends on the actual architecture of your kitchen. So what I would suggest is just go onto the website, go onto the contact us page, send in your details, and if you can, send in the dimensions of the space you potentially would like the robotic system. Now, the system itself, this particular model is our X-Air model. So we have a peninsula design with furniture back to walls, so with a Korean work surfaces. This is our X-Air model. You may be able to see just behind me a standalone model, which is our chef's table. And just to the right behind me, we have a B-Air model, which is also a back to wall. So if you've got like a long, narrow galley kitchen, a system like that would be ideal. If you've got more space and you want an open plan kitchen design with a robotic system, you can have it like this on a peninsula. But not only that, this peninsula can also go on an island. So if you just want units along one wall and you want a robotic system on the island, we can also do that as well. But if you want to integrate the system in an existing kitchen and you have a space of approximately 1.2 by 1.2 meters square, you can incorporate our chef's table. That's a standalone system. Just needs a plug socket, plug, and off you go. So that's ideal for smaller areas, or if you've got a particular area in an existing kitchen, you can certainly just have the chef's table. So basically the chef's table is exactly what you see here, and that includes the robotic system, the PC system, the software, the hob, utensils, everything you see, the shelving system, and we can design that more specifically to your requirements as well. At the back, we've got a lot of chrome shelving with a lot of black glass. Here we've got the Japanese style with the LED light shelves in bamboo with a black and gold finish. So there are lots of finishes, there are lots of different designs that you can have in terms of your system. Also, C-State mentioning you have an industrial one as well. Yes, we do, but that's a different department. So I would suggest just send in your request, send in your inquiry via the website contact us page, and a member of the commercial team will get back to you with some more information.
Set half to 6.
So you might be able to hear now the masala is now sizzling away with the onions. The hob has just been adjusted.
Tip prawns.
The beauty of this is this, like I said, it's time saving. So when I was prepping the ingredients, now I could be cleaning the kitchen, making everything nice and clean, load the dishwasher whilst this is cooking. And psychologically, I think that really helps, because now I'm able to enjoy the meal a lot more, not having to have to worry about clearing up afterwards. If I'm entertaining with lots of family or friends, again, I can spend more quality time with family or friends instead of having to stand over a kitchen hob cooking meals. So this is a great way of certainly releasing a lot of quality time. Like I mentioned, we do have lots of different recipes, lots of recipes from around the world. We have risotto as well, and paella. Now risotto is quite time consuming because it's like 15 minutes of constant stirring, pouring, stirring with all the different types of stock. So again, this will do all of that for me. I don't even have to worry about the taste, because I know the consistency is always going to be there because it's done so accurately. And in fact, so cleanly as well. You'll see there's hardly much mess there. There's a very minimal amount of mess. So once this is finished, all it needs is just a quick wipe down. The kitchen is clean, and maybe the arm might need a quick wipe down with a fiber cloth. Everything else can go in the dishwasher. C-State, I followed this robot for a long time. I even had a project idea about it at university. Well, wonderful. So here you can now see your project idea or things that you may have been thinking about. We here at Moley, we've actually brought this product to life. We've brought it now to the market, and this is available for all residential installations and commercial installations as well. But this showroom here is primarily residential. You can see all our kitchens here are more designed around the residential area. So, and it's here in the heart of London, in Wigmore Street, parallel to Oxford Street. So the showroom is open Monday to Friday. We are able to give you complimentary food demonstrations of how the system works with particular recipes. We can arrange a design meeting, and we have all the facilities here to show you in a lot more detail. So if you get a chance, if you're in London and you're local, please do come in, and we'll be more than happy to give you a demo and show you how the system works. So a couple of questions here from Victor Roxas. I have a home in the US and in France. Would it be cost of shipping and setting it up, or is it only UK based? Well, we are CE certified for UK and Europe, but the product is available ex-works to the US and the Far East. So in France is not a problem. We can supply the product together with the installation team. In the US, it's available ex-works, so you'll be responsible for the shipping and the air freight, but we can also incorporate the installation supply to the US. So it's available worldwide, basically. We have a worldwide patent on the whole system, and we can support you with all the relevant documents for export to countries outside of the UK and Europe. So another question in from C State, you can integrate recipes from all over the world on it? Yes, potentially we can. So if we are in the recipe library, there's not a particular recipe and you want to add your own recipe, for example, that can certainly be done. You just simply send in the details of the recipe, a list of the ingredients, maybe a small workflow or a video, and our in-house chef together with the engineering team will be able to put your recipe on the system within a few hours and have your recipe in the library to share.
Stir fry.
Victor Roxy's question is excellent. Thank you. That solves 99.9% of my questions. Thank you. I've got your 1% question. Does it come with other attachments for chopping or pizza dough crafting? No, it doesn't. It's purely a cooking system. So we have to manually prepare the ingredients, and there's no pizza dough crafting, unfortunately. But maybe in the future, you never know. So we're 91% of the recipe complete. So you've probably heard it in the background. It's now about to turn the hob off.
Turn hob off.
And when this is complete, I'll actually do a little taste test in front of you so you can see the actual recipe that was cooked by the robotic system. I'll taste it on the spot here in front of you so you know it's how the final result is. So 93%, there's just one more ingredient left, which is the coriander. I'm just going to check if there's any further questions before I do my taste. Let's have a look. Because I'm European, I love most of the European food. That's great because, as I mentioned before, we have a lot of European recipes on here, some French cuisine and Spanish, Italian. So yeah, we have quite a few recipes in our library for that. Okay, so there doesn't seem to be any further questions. So
Stir.
I'm going to do a quick taste test and show you the final result. Just giving a final stir, making sure that the coriander is all mixed in there nicely. Again, this is exactly what the chef would be doing. He's just making sure you've got a nice, even mix with the recipe. Just going to get my special bowl ready, and my spoon is already on the hook, which is great. I'm just going to wait for it to give me that final notification that it's ready. And I'll just check if there's any further questions. Another question in from C State. Romanian, do you have? I'm not sure. Again, send in the details of your recipe requirement. But it's something that we can certainly add to our recipe library. That's not a problem. I think what you could do is actually send in a quick message on Contact Us page on our website. Send over some Romanian recipes. We'll have a look and see if we can start including them in the recipe library. But thank you for all the questions today, guys, and on both YouTube and Instagram. And I'm now going to grab some of this lovely prawn masala and taste it in front of you guys and give you my opinion. So here we go. That looks absolutely great. As you can see, everything's perfectly cooked. This is exactly what I would receive in a restaurant. This is such a high quality recipe. I'm just going to do a quick taste test. I'm going to tell you guys exactly how it tastes. That's really good. That's really, really good. I can really taste the masala on that. So, thanks again for joining me today. We'll be back in a couple of weeks for another recipe. In the meantime, have a great weekend. And if you have any further questions or inquiries, please do contact us via the website and we'll be happy to get back to you. In the meantime, have a great weekend. Thank you very much.